I like to give people their flowers, Brittany, while they are here to hear
You
them.
do. You are great at that.
Innovative brand marketer, shaping the next generation of content, culture, and branding integration. Culture marketing, digital marketing, diversity and inclusion, strategic partnerships, senior management. My man, again, welcome to the DJ Ekin podcast, Karim Lateef, man. I appreciate you taking the time. So
yes,
before we go any further, looking at all of that, and that I've just read your LinkedIn profile off. That's not even talking about what you actually do on a daily basis. If I was a kid in college and I was like, okay, I see a lot of titles. I'm trying to figure out what would I want to do. What would I do? What would you tell me is your job on a day-to-day basis? What do you actually do?
I would tell kids, and I know this is definitely a cliche, but I would tell them to figure out what's going to make them happy. Figure out really what they would do if they weren't even getting paid for it, to be honest with you. But that is the honest truth, because if a job is just a job. A job is just a contract with you and an employer is paying you a check. That contract can be ended at any time. So I would definitely focus on what's going to make you happy, so that even beyond the job, you can figure out a way to monetize what makes you happy, and you're not even working. It's like it becomes a thin line between work and play because you're doing what you love.
Right.
So that's the first thing I would tell people: don't chase the bag. Like, figure out what you want, let the bag chase you. So that's the biggest thing. And as far as my day to day, I just left the company, so this will be a little bit different conversation. I just quit the company like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Wow.
So before, for the past 6 years, I've been pretty much driving the culture marketing initiative at Pernod Ricard. And for those who don't know what Pernod Ricard is, most of the brands that that are like Absolut, Martell, Ciroc, all these brands are owned by bigger companies. So the bigger company is Pernod Ricard, which is a French spirit brand manufacturer. They make Martell, which most people know me for, Martell, Jameson Irish whiskey, Avion Tequila, Absolut, all those brands. Those are the brands I represented. And I created the culture marketing strategy for those brands, myself and a team, but I was pretty much the lead for the past 2 years. On a day-to-day basis, I was managing the influencer strategy, basically, connecting the dots between the marketing and the sales, or we call it the field, managing influencer, endorser relationship. Like, for example, we had a relationship with Martell and Quavo. Okay. So although I didn't 100% manage that relationship, it was managed with the team out of Paris. I was very instrumental on the ground in terms of making sure that, anything activating wise, that we're closing the loop in the United States with that relationship. And same when we had a relationship with 21 Savage and Avion, Anderson .Paak and Jameson. I'm always kind of like somehow in the mix of making sure that the culture is fully represented and the brand is represented amicably. So that's in a nutshell what I did, but it's a lot more.
Yo, you right there. Are you loving the DJ Ekin podcast? Well, do me a big favor. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to get all the alerts when the new episodes drop, all right? The DJ Ekin podcast. Yes, hit the subscribe button, like now.